I'm so happy to be doing these self-reflection questions, which seems like, oh, she's nerdy. I am. I'm earnest and I'm nerdy. And I just feel so good to like take this moment and like figure out how I felt about this year so that I can like, at the end of the year, I'm going to be able to close this year with like no problems. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I've been decluttering my studio, and I think I'm going to try to film that for the studio session on Sunday. And I've gotten rid of like 5 bags of trash, and I'm getting rid of things, and I'm fine with like this maximalist look back here, all these things, but it just feels good to clear it out. So that's how I feel about the questions. It's just good to like clear it out, to like be honest with ourselves. And so let's look at today's question. Okay, here we go. What's an aspect of self-regulation you've gotten better at this year? Some examples include going to bed earlier, not self-isolating and asking for help instead, putting your appointments on your calendar so you don't forget, taking the space and time to cool down before reacting impulsively, communicating better instead of bottling emotions. So what's an aspect of self-regulation you've gotten better at this year? So one thing, so I'm a GenXer, 55 years old, and self-regulation was not something I knew about until maybe like the last 5 years. I didn't know the name for it. I'm so happy that we now talk about it, like how to regulate ourselves, how to find self-regulation. And it's a good thing. I wish I had learned more of that when I was younger. I could have had so many less like explosive moments, or said the wrong thing, or reacted instead of responded. But it is what it is. So this year, I already talked about the pause. You can look back at that video where I talk about, I give myself some time before I respond. So that's self-regulation. And one of the things I've found myself doing, which is interesting, because it's like, is this bottling up or is it self-regulation? And actually, I think it's self-regulation. So let's say you're making dinner or you're doing dishes and you're irritated because your partner's not doing the thing that they should be doing, because they just should intuitively know what to do. You shouldn't have to ask them. They should just do it. Anyway, they're not doing that. They're like, I don't know, doing whatever. And so you find yourself just getting angrier and angrier and angrier. And instead of snapping or saying something in that angry space, I have just been letting it go. I've just been thinking, I am doing what I'm doing, and I'm doing it really well, and I don't need to worry about what he's not doing. And it has been so great, because nobody likes to be told what to do. My husband and I are both, in our families, we're the youngest of 3. And we have a lot of those youngest sibling character traits, like, quick to react, or, kind of pouting or whining, or like when we're not our best selves, we're tired, we're hungry, whatever, those like childlike behaviors, very reminiscent of youngest child, like in the family, like that just comes out. And it's really funny because I see it in him, he sees it in me. And so, yeah, but I would say actually not saying the thing, that has been the best self-regulation that I've done. I've also really practiced breathing exercises. So to try to relax that feeling of anger or frustration that can like just sort of flare up, I've been just trying to inhale through my nose and then let it go about 2 or 3 times. Sometimes I count for an inhale of 4, hold it for 4, exhale for 4, and then you know, hold it at 4 at the bottom, inhale as like a box breathing. Basically, that's what that is. And that has helped too. I am well aware that emotions flow through you like water, and it's up to you whether you get on that raft or not. And so on this, it's just been good. It's been good. So what about you? What self-regulation have you incorporated, or that maybe you're learning about, or maybe you want to know more, techniques and tips? Put them in the comments and let's talk about it, because the more we could do this, the better, just the better. And so I will see you tomorrow. If you haven't watched all of the previous self-reflection questions for this Vlogmas, go back. They're short, and you can answer in the comments or just on your own in your own head. That's fine too. It's a good practice. So anyway, I will see you tomorrow. And thank you. Thank you so much for doing this.